It was just getting dark when I entered the mall. As I passed Arby's, the aroma of curly fries shook my resolve. My falling blood sugar pleaded. I hesitated briefly, then plodded on. Dinner would have to wait, even after the hectic day of ad deadlines. I trudged down the deserted hall and around the corner to Macy's, on a mission to buy a new white blouse for tomorrow's client meeting. Something simple but stylish, and above all, comfortable. After 30 minutes of searching through this year's pastel shades of blue and peach, 2012 colors, I located a simple white top. It seemed that as every year passed, I felt more out of step with fashion trends. But satisfied with what I found that evening, I headed for the register. 2 young women and a middle-aged man were standing near the counter. We sighed in unison after spotting a sales clerk approaching from another department. With no obvious line, the sales clerk asked the empty-armed man, "Do you need help?" Question answered, he wandered off. I smiled, sure that she'd get to me next. Instead, she turned to the 2 young women. "Can I help you?" They had been chatting and laughing the entire time, so cute and animated. I guessed they were college age. I heard the clerk recite her lines in a quick monotone. "Will you be paying with your Macy's credit card today?" I felt a hot flash warm my body and radiate up my neck and face. I gave myself an internal pep talk. This will go fast. They're almost done. I'll be out of here soon. The background noise of the department store faded as my mind wandered back to my first trip to Macy's in Chicago, 40 years earlier with my best friend from college, Cindy. It was the summer of 1972, after our sophomore year, when I got a job as Bunny Portia at the Lake Geneva Playboy Club. I remembered a sunny weekend in June when I had time off. I drove to Cindy's suburban house near Chicago. With the Rolling Stones' Brown Sugar blasting from my '57 Chevy's radio, I picked her up and we headed downtown for a day of sisterhood and shopping. "Watch out, Macy's, the dynamic duo is headed your way." Cindy bounced into my car. Her feathered ash blonde hair fell over one of her enormous blue eyes as she pulled out a joint and looked at me slyly. "Right on, sister," I said in my best stoner voice. By the time we got to Macy's, we were glassy-eyed and giggling. Our trendy Dr. Scholl's wooden sandals announced us as we sashayed down the marble-covered aisles. Clomping along with our curvy, college-age figures poured into miniskirts and halter tops, we were hard to ignore. As obnoxious as we were, salespeople loved to help dress us up like Barbie dolls. We were the fun girls in a sea of matrons, much like these 2 girls were to me. As I waited for the clerk to finish, I realized how much I missed shopping with friends. I stopped making time for that simple pleasure years ago. As I heard thank yous uttered, my mind returned to the present and the plain white blouse I needed to pay for. I stepped toward the counter, eager to get done and out of there. But the clerk didn't say anything and started walking away. I could see by her expression that my presence didn't register. With only the large counter between us, I tried to catch her eye, but she already had her back to me. "Excuse me," I called after her, but it was too late. She didn't hear me. I hurried after her. Excuse me. Running around the counter, I finally caught up when she stopped to straighten a display. She looked puzzled. "Can I help you?" Yes, I was standing at the register waiting, but you walked away," I said breathlessly. "Oh, I'm sorry," she said. "I didn't see you." So blunt and to the point, I was dumbstruck. She didn't see me. I was standing right in front of her, and she didn't see me. What did I have to do to get noticed? Put on a costume with bunny ears? The thought of my short white hair crowned with satin bunny ears made me laugh. I struggled with mixed feelings. Over the years, I had increasingly reveled in being less noticeable. No need to put up my guard as I passed men. No need to worry about someone's husband or brother hitting on me. Men had stopped confronting me with their stares. I no longer felt watched and judged. And I couldn't remember the last time I'd been whistled at. Life is easier to navigate when nobody notices what you look like. But this episode went beyond the new anonymity I treasured. When did I disappear? It happened so gradually I hadn't noticed until the clerk said, "I didn't see you." Friends had told me about disappearing, but I couldn't imagine what they were talking about until that moment. With a small shudder, I realized that no matter who I was on the inside, there was no longer a trace of Bunny Portia on the outside. My days of being seen were over. I was old. I had aged out. It's the new me, invisible.